Okay, so welcome back to some more MX versus ATV Reflex. Today we've got some pretty cool stuff to check out. So the first thing I want to point out is we are using, I believe it's supposed to be a 1991 Honda CR replica. So it looks pretty sweet and I think it's pretty cool, so we're checking that out. I believe the skin is actually on the Shima, the Yamaha, I guess. I think that's the bike model they use because they didn't have that aluminum perimeter frame, I guess, at the time. So 1991 Honda CR skin, really sick looking. And I've had this on my computer for quite a while, so I'm really sorry. I'm a terrible, horrible person. I don't remember who made it. If somebody in the comments knows, or even if there's a chance that the person that made it is watching this, let me know in the comments. We'll pin that baby to the top because the people that do this stuff definitely deserve credit for their work. I don't know. I've had it for a really long time, or I don't know if I've had it for a really long time, but I've had it for a little while and I don't remember who made it. Now the track, this is a new track, kind of. It is a new track released, but it's made by Punker Jeffy. We've checked out a couple of his tracks. We've tried some of them during live streams, and he does great stuff. I really love his tracks. I mean, I don't know if I've ever said that I guess I don't like a track when we do these Reflex custom track videos, because I've mentioned it before, and I mentioned it in that video yesterday. Even though that video was recorded a bazillion years ago, it was a long time. I don't think it was a year, but it's been months since that video, or since I made that video, that I really only play, or I really only do the videos on the tracks that just are really, really good. Plus, it has been a little while since some new content, I guess. A new custom track came out, and this one by Punker Jeffy, it just got released, I think, yesterday, or the 27th. I'm recording this the 28th, but it came out on the 27th. Now, I said kind of a new track because it is new as far as nobody's really played it, but he said that this has been sitting on his hard drive for quite a while, and he had some plans in the next few months maybe to be working on a new project, so to be on the lookout for that. But he wanted to finish this one beforehand, and he said that it has, I guess, a lot of rollers, whoops, and he said it might not be a track for everybody because of how he designed it, but he thought it was fun to just try and go for really fast laps. And at the beginning part is interesting because it kind of feels like when the gate drops, it feels like it's almost like it's a trail to get down into the track, you know what I mean? And then you never really go over that part again. That is just a part that you do to, and then there's the finish line. That's just kind of a part that is there to, I guess, get you down into the track. So it just feels like you're kind of taking the trail to the track, and then boom, you're there. It kind of has that desert Oasis feel to it. Did I say what it was called? It's called the OA, I believe. It kind of feels like that. It feels like it's a desert, but there's an oasis here. Really interesting setting. I like that there's really no hay bales or tough blocks or banners or anything. It's just kind of this desert track that someone made, but it's not, it doesn't have that professional feeling. Not as far as the track. The track that was built and designed by Punker Jeffy is amazing. The setting is great, but it feels like, it doesn't feel, realistically, it feels like it's just, one of those kind of private tracks hidden away, a little hidden gem, I guess you could say, is kind of what the feeling that I get. And I never really get too crazy with the environment. It doesn't matter to me. I've seen tracks that just have the white, just kind of the white in the background, and it kind of falls off into the abyss. You know what I mean if you play Reflex on PC. And that never bothers me as long as the track is really good. But this one kind of has the best of both worlds. It has the atmosphere to it, but it also has a really good design. And when I was reading about it, what he kind of says, because when you go to, sometimes I go to Reflex Central because sometimes there's tracks that are only there, but the link to Darksides19's website is in the description of every video. So if you play this on PC, Sean, I'm talking to you. You've been asking how you do it. It's really easy. If Central doesn't work for you on PC, click the link to Darkside's website in the description. He has pretty much every track from Reflex over there. Maybe not everything. He doesn't have like all the skins and stuff, but he's got a ton of stuff to, if you're new to Reflex on PC, he's got a lot of everybody's tracks and stuff over there that'll keep you busy for thousands of hours probably. So if Reflex Central isn't working, then that is where the working website for Reflex content is. So link in the description. And yeah, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, we were talking about setting, I think. Or did I finish that thought? I don't know. I'm getting a little sidetracked. Yeah, I don't know. The track overall is great. Setting doesn't really matter to me that much, but this track has the best of both worlds with the design. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. When I was initially reading about it, he said that it might not be for everybody. It has a lot of rollers, not a lot of flash and flare. It kind of has a little bit of realism to it, but he said it has a little bit of fantasy as well. And I kind of feel like I actually am getting more realism? I'm getting a little bit more of that realism feeling than I am the fantasy. I mean, some of the stuff feels a bit fantasy. I mean, jumping across the lake like that feels a little bit fantasy. Yeah, I'm sure there could be something like that in real life, but it kind of has that fantasy feeling and the fact that it's built in an oasis. But to me, that's what makes it really cool, is that it's a somewhat original idea. It's different. It's a video game. I've talked about this before, in a world where everybody, or not everybody, I'm sorry, I need to be more politically correct here, or a lot of people are just so concerned about realism. It's like, I hate it when something's fantasy and not real. Well, if you feel that way, great, but you're not going to change my opinion. I love both sides of motocross games and supercross games, arena cross games, whatever, moto games in general. I saw a comment, somebody said that, they said that I said something that they had been saying for years, that it's a video game. Yeah, I like the simulation side of things and the realism side of things, but I like the fantasy side. And he said, what do you expect for anywhere between 30 and 60 bucks, 70, 80 bucks if you buy some DLC? I mean, guys, it's a game, okay? It's a game. We can criticize things and want improvement, of course, but if I like fantasy, I'm gonna like fantasy. You ain't gonna change my opinion, know what I mean? And I think it just adds that breath of fresh air, you know, like MX Warlords track that we showed off yesterday. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try and get this out to you today. I'm recording on the 28th, but if it gets a bit too late, we'll probably put it up this weekend. And I don't know. I just think a breath of fresh air with some of these fantasy style tracks and just using creativity. I give track creators a lot of props for doing that, because most people just want replicas. They want like with Supercross, they want somebody to make that 2000. Okay, so imagine 2019 Supercross season. They want the 2019 Supercross replica track the same week, right now, when they want it, and they don't show any appreciation for. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to make tracks. I've never even tried. Maybe someday I'll think about it, but right now I don't really care to, and you know, whatever. I know that there's a lot of time that goes into making a track like that, and so when you make a track, I mean, I'm thinking, if it's me, if I make a 2019 replica track, Supercross, it's fun for you the week that you're of the race, but then as soon as it's the next race, you're on to the next track, and it's like, you know, you don't really care. It doesn't really matter. But when you see tracks like this, or for example, I think it was High Point, the one that Red Rider, C4, and Dark Slides all worked on, you know, they spent a lot of time on that. It took a long time for them to release it, and then when they released it, there was a lot of appreciation for it and everything. So with like Nationals, it's different, but with the Supercross tracks, people just take it for granted, and I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. You know, now, me. So I can see where it gets a little bit stale doing that, and why I think it's really cool when someone comes up with something like this that's just different and has that, I guess, fresh feeling that keeps you interested and really lets you appreciate what they were able to create. So that's my 2 cents on it, because I guess, you know, whatever. And I don't know if I mentioned, but yesterday's video was super old, but I was so happy with what MX Warlord was able to do with that Supercross track that I just felt like I've deleted a lot of old videos that I didn't think any of you guys were going to care to see. Just like that Trials Fusion video. A lot of you didn't really care to see Trials Fusion. You know, let me know that. So probably the end of Trials Fusion on the channel. Don't you worry. We'll stick to the regular moto stuff. But I thought it was really cool with this skin, this 91 CR skin, to show you guys, as well as this new track, quote new track. It is new, but old as far as something that Punker Jeffy has had on his computer for a while. So you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. I'm gonna let this lap finish out, and then the video will end. Let me know in the comments if you guys want more Reflex. I know everybody wants Reflex, but we'll base the uploads on how much you guys support it and really want to see it. So you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Again, thanks for all the support on the channel lately. And until the next video, take it easy.